Today we are checking out the 2023 bZ4x, which is an all-new electric vehicle from Toyota. And I have a full first look review coming, but what I wanted to do in this video is just take a closer look at the interior because this is the first time I've actually been able to turn it on and hit some buttons. So we're in the limited trim, which is the top tier trim. So let's take a closer look at what's going on here. First off, I want to look at this gauge cluster because there was certainly some concern when I looked at the reveal of this vehicle that the top of the steering wheel would cut through the gauge cluster and I wouldn't be able to see it. So I don't know what Toyota did between the reveal and right now, but yeah, I can actually see over the top of the steering wheel and the gauge cluster is perfectly visible. So that is what you have going on there. I will point out you can move the steering wheel up or down, and by doing that you could hinder your visibility, but the way that I have it positioned for my driving position, I see very well. So then you have this large screen here that it's a 12.3 inch screen, and this houses the new infotainment system that we have seen from Toyota and Lexus. Tim has it on his Tundra and I've checked it out in the Lexus NX. This is the same system. So it will have the voice activated commands and it will have the navigation, and the navigation is going to be standard across the board in the bZ4x. So both the XLE and the limited trim. Now, something I want to talk about a little bit is going to be this gear shift, because this doesn't operate the way that you think it should or would. Now, we've seen this like hockey puck like disc in other shifters, and in order to get it to shift, you usually just move it side to side, forward, backwards, whatever. But yeah, that is not how that operates. Even though you have an arrow pointing this way and an arrow pointing that way, in order to get this shift knob to activate, you press the, put your foot on the brake pedal, and then you have to push this little ring down and then you turn it. So that goes into drive. Pushing it down is in neutral, and then you move it that way for reverse. So that was unexpected and nobody told me how that operated, and I had to actually spend a few minutes trying to figure that out. Not stressful at all because I was dropping somebody off at an airport. So, yeah, but that's how that operates. So I think that's a good operation. You're not going to mistake this for anything else. If you're reaching down to like change your volume, okay, well, there's no volume knob, but you're not going to like turn this accidentally. So I do like how this operates now that I know how it operates. So that is definitely on the plus side of things here. But yeah. So that's how you operate the gear shift. Just remember that. Now, another thing that you will see on this vehicle is going to be an around view camera. So in typical Toyota fashion, you hit the around view monitor button and it gives you a panoramic sweep of the vehicle, and it shows you what is surrounding your vehicle in case you there's toys in the driveway or whatever. So I don't know. I always geek out over this feature. I really like it. I think it looks really good. And I love the operation. Now, as soon as you put your vehicle into reverse, the regular camera is going to pop up with an around view, and then you're back, and then you have some dynamic guides going on, and you put it into drive, and then this changes to your front view. And you have a couple of options over here as well. So you can turn the dynamic guides off and on for this, and you can change your view over here depending on how you want to look at that. So available feature, and it is on the limited, not the XLE trim. Now, another thing you will see is you've got heated seats, heated steering wheel, and yeah, it's like 80 degrees in California today, and I have them both on, no judging. But for those of you who do not like the heated things, there's also ventilated things. So you have ventilated front seats as well as the heated front seats. Now, what you will have in here is going to be a Qi wireless charger that is available on both the XLE and limited trims, and you put your phone in here, and what's really cool is then you can close this, and this is a little bit of a see-through thing, so if you had any notifications or whatever pop through on your phone, you would be able to kind of see them through that without even touching it. But you pair your phone to this, and you will have the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's new for this Toyota operating system. So I don't see the point of having this be see-through, but yeah, it is. So what else have we got going on here? So this right here is going to be not one pedal driving, but kind of a more aggressive regenerative braking button. So you have basically two drive modes. One is just going to be your normal mode, and then if you press this button, it gives you more of a regenerative braking feel. Not one pedal driving, but regenerative braking. Because this is a collaboration with Subaru, you will notice this is an all-wheel drive model, so you do have this X mode button, which gives you some different drive modes here. I like the graphics on the screen. I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, so you've got the different modes there, and you have a panoramic moonroof. Now this is not an operable one. It's a fixed glass moonroof, so it doesn't open, but you do have a shade that you can open and close. So here, that was the open. So there's the close. So you can close it, and it does have like a one-touch operation there. So open and close for the shade. The button is right there. What else do we want to look at in the interior of this vehicle? Okay, so seating surfaces. This is the Softex seating surface. So not leather, but it has a leather-like consistency, and you've got the reverse stitching. If you look at the XLE model, it actually has a cloth seating surface that resembles this. It's kind of like a basket weave cloth surface, and they both have the same interior dash. So with this cloth on it here. An available feature is going to be the JBL audio system. It's not available on the XLE, and it's I want to say it's a 9-speaker system, and it is an option. So it doesn't come standard on the Limited, but it is an available feature. Let's hop in the back seat really quick. All right, sitting in the back seat, yeah, behind my driving position, you have limo-like seating for your passenger. But this is going to be okay. This will be more of a normal passenger position, and you still have a lot of legroom back here. You have available heated seats, and you have 2 USB-C ports as well as some air vents. As far as charging ports go, you have 2 more USB-C ports on the front, and then you have actually in this little guy up here, you have a USB-A charge port. So you have 1 USB-A charge port and then 2 USB-C charge ports. So that is just a quick look at the interior of the all-new 2023 Toyota bZ4X.